the transition into country music wasn't really so far-fetched for the personality of Jessica Simpson. If people, most of my friends and most of my family and everybody, and even my fans, they always know that I come from a place of exactly where my heart is. I'm not very good at trying to be somebody that I'm not. I'm not a very good liar at all. So the transition into country, I wouldn't really say that it was an actual transition. It was kind of just going back home to who I am and to where I feel comfortable. And for so many years, I mean, this is my 6th record. I've had a record deal for 10 years now. So for so many years, I felt like I had to be something that everybody else wanted me to be. And this time around, I really feel like I can just be myself, and that's the best that I can possibly offer. And it might have a steel guitar behind it and a little twang in it, but that's exactly who I am. Growing up in Texas, every time I turned on the radio, it would always be country. So I would listen to everybody from Dina Carter to George Strait, Clint Black, John Michael Montgomery, and then all the greats like Dolly Parton or Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. Name it, I've listened to it, I've studied it, I've lived it. The best thing about country music is that it is a life story. It's a life experience, and you can listen to it and you can relate to it, to the melodies and to all the lyrics. So I definitely have a lot of memories with country music. Willie and I, we go way back. It feels like we go way back because I listened to him a long time ago, and I could always relate to him. But Willie, on the set of Dukes of Hazzard, kind of just took me under his wing and really saw something in me that I could never see, but everybody around me could see. And I think that it's just that honest sincerity about who I am. And he would pick up the guitar and play gospel songs like Will the Circle Be Unbroken or Amazing Grace, and I would just sing along. He would play me music like Patsy Cline music and everything, and he would just always tell me that my voice totally fits in with that genre. And I actually just got an email from him today, and he did this interview, and he told me that the reason why he thinks that I can relate to country music is because I have a gospel background. And there's so much truth behind the gospel, and there's so much truth behind country music that, I think that he really brought that out in me, and he really encouraged that side of me. I was just at CMA Fest, and the funniest thing to me, I mean, it was a backhanded compliment, but the funniest thing to me was that everybody just did not want to like me. And most of the comments that I got were, I was really cynical about listening to your project, but when I heard the first single, I love it. And that's the best thing about country music, is that the music speaks for itself. And when you have great music and when you really believe in what you're doing, there's no denying the greatness in it and denying the confidence in it. And so it was interesting to sit with radio PDs and stuff, and it's so much different than pop, because it's more tabloid based and wanting to know about your personal life. But in the country music, they really want to know about the heart of the music and why you're recording it, and what inspired you to, create the song and whatnot. So I really have enjoyed the crossover. Dolly Parton, I have adored for as long as I can possibly remember. I actually, to get my first record deal, I sang "I Will Always Love You." And she's really been a part of my career in so many ways that she doesn't even know of. Just the strength in her, the woman that she is, and how funny she is, and how she can play it up to the media about being blonde and having boobs. But she also is an amazing, prolific songwriter, an awesome actress. I mean, Still Magnolias is one of my favorite movies. And she just really has encouraged the best of me as a person. And I was very lucky to have her on this record. I thought I blew my entire relationship with her back in the day. Not really that long ago, but about a year and a half ago when I was singing 9 to 5. I messed up lyrics. I was so embarrassed. I was so nervous to sing in front of her. And she would just send me all these amazing, encouraging letters of, of perseverance and how to find the greatness within. And she always told me that she loved who I am and my talent and whatnot, and she would love to work with me. So I took advantage of that welcome, and she wrote a song for this record, and it's called "Do You Know." It's my favorite song on the album. It's gonna end the record because it's like ending it with the best. Making this album for me was a way to just sit down with myself and talk through my thoughts and really understand my heart and where I was in my life. And being in Nashville and working with all these amazing songwriters, it was very therapeutic for me. I had a lot of fear going into this record because, as an artist who never really stood her ground in pop, I believe I never really found my niche or my place or the type of music, because pop music is very trendy, and it has to change with every record in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of people to please. But I took the advice of Willie Nelson, who told me that singing country music is the best way to tell your story. And I have a lot of story to tell. I have a lot of things to say, a lot of stuff to sing about. And I never really realized it until I just let myself be still and be silent. And I sat there and started writing in my journal, and then I just kind of offered it to all these songwriters, and I offered that honesty, and they really just embraced it and hugged me and took me in, and really just, I don't know, I feel like I learned so much with all of these amazing songwriters. I learned a way to just be comfortable with being myself. Being in the press a lot and tabloids, people have this false perception of who you are. They believe bits and pieces here and there, some true, some not, but they form this opinion about you. And I think that through country music and through the storytelling, I was actually able to just be myself and give people a part of who I am. I've always written in my life. I've always kept a journal, and that can definitely translate into songwriting, because I'm not good at singing about things that I don't believe in or that I haven't gone through or that I haven't experienced. And I think with songwriting, it gives you that freedom of speech, that freedom of just singing everything that you feel in your heart, And I can't imagine not having my input on this record or writing music. I think that a lot of the songs that I've sung in the past that I didn't write, I don't think people ever really understood them. And now that I am co-writing with all these amazing songwriters, I get a chance to really show people who I am. The one thing that I want fans to hear, or newcomers or people that are even skeptical to hear in this record, is that I'm really just being myself, and for the first time, I feel completely comfortable in my two shoes, and I am out there doing exactly what I feel like I should be doing, and I should have done this record a long time ago. I'm thankful that I finally got the chance to do it, but I should have done it a long time ago, and I plan on making many more.